In today's FC to FM mashup challenge, we finally get our hands on the GOAT as we find out if an Ultimate Team Draft can survive on Football Manager. But first, here's a reminder of the rules and challenges for the season. We take the formations the draft provides and throw them into a wheel of fortune to see what we'll be working with on FM. The draft is then standard affair before it's back to the wheel to see which top 5 league we'll be playing in. It's then up to us to get our draftees up to speed on the tactics board and in the dressing room to complete a set of challenges over a single season. We need to win the league, win a cup, and have one of our draftees win either the Golden Boot or Player of the Season. Let's get it started, shall we? As always, first things first, time to find out what formations the draft's going to be giving us.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
The wheel's locked in. Who are we going to get? Come on. I quite like the two up top, you know. But instead, we are getting a 4-5-1.
I like it.
Obviously better than the 4-5-1 attack because we've got more defensive solidity, but we do not have a CDM. So it's going to be interesting what we do on the tactics board. But first things first, who is our captain?
Neymar Jr., everybody.
And we've never used a Neymar on one of these before. So Neymar is the captain coming in at left mid. Right, up top, the star man, our bagsman. Our absolute bagsman for the season will be...
You win. Perfect.
Not only is that an icon we have not used during these draft challenges before, but it's one of the best. Eusebio, you beautiful, beautiful man. Oh. Left back, Theo Hernandez, anyone?
You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Do you know what? I'm not going to be boring. I'm going to pick John Arnorisa, and one of my little side quests for this season is to see him score an unbelievable rocket from about 40 yards.
Boss, isn't it? That's his job.
Pedro Porro or Trent. I know Trent is technically better, but in the week that Spurs, my beloved Spurs, are about to play Liverpool in the second leg of the Carabao Cup, I can't be picking a Liverpool player in Trent Alexander-Arnold over a Tottenham player. So Pedro Porro, you are in.
They're a bunch of amateurs.
Right, we're into the subs bench now.
A little bit naughty, that.
Yaya Toure just loves being part of our draft challenges. I'm not going to hit you with the meme, as tempting as it is.
Do you know what squeaky bum time is?
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm going with Kavar. Hate me in the comments all you want. Kavar is in. Kavar is locked in. He will probably start ahead of Diaby. This is what it's going to currently look like on Football Manager. I don't think we can put Balde in over Risa to start with. No. Right, okay. Next up. Here we go. For the first time ever on these draft challenges, we have got the GOAT. The GOAT is coming in. It is Lionel Messi who can do right mid. Yeah, Messi is in. Messi is in. Kavar, mate. I'm sorry, lad. That is what the team's going to look like. Mate, look at this so far.
A few moments later.
Coming off the bench, we've got Balde, DeMarcos, Kavar, Diaby. I mean, to be honest, looking at that bench, it's pretty crap, ain't it? And I mean, Zuma is our only backup centre-back. I didn't realise. Oh, dear. If there are any injuries to our centre-backs, we're kind of screwed. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. It is time to go and find out what league we'll actually be playing in. So it is back to the wheel we go. But here we go. I really want the Premier League. We haven't been there in a while, and we've got Messi. I would love to see how he gets on in English football. So come on, Will. Bring it home for me. Bring it home. Premier League, Lionel Messi. Gonna have some fun. Alrighty then, the draftees are locked into Football Manager, locked into the Premier League. As always, here are the heroes and icons we drafted. Let me know in the comments whether you think any of them are undercooked, overcooked, just right, if I got anything wrong. Either way, let me know down below. But the team itself, the tactic, I mean, a flat 5 in midfield is not something that you usually see in FM, so I'm not too sure how the season's going to go. But because we've got so many ballers and so many bodies in that midfield, we've gone with a possession-based system. Fairly narrow width, shorter passing, play out defence, work ball into the box, and because of the goats that we've got, we've told them to be more expressive. Now, those goats are actually where we run into a bit of an issue because we've got Neymar on the left, Messi on the right. Neither of them on this game are actually natural in the position we got them in the draft. So Neymar is only competent as a left-sided midfielder, and Messi is awkward as a right-sided midfielder. So we've had to go into development, training, and we're retraining them as quickly as possible. Now, what it is not helping is our squad dynamics, which, as always at the start of a draft challenge, is abysmal. Our team cohesion is as bad as it can get. And with Neymar and Messi as our team leaders, them not being in natural positions could really screw us at the start of the season, especially if I look at our starting fixtures, because we got Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, City and United in the first 2 months of the season. 5 out of the traditional big 6. So with all of that being said, let's get this season started. So Ange Ball away was first up, but anyone expecting a goal fest would be disappointed come half time. What a boring half of football. We made some tweaks at the break to get an extra man further forward than Frenkie de Jong, and boy did he repay the favour as he smashed home our opener for 1-0. And it looked like a 1-0 win was on the cards until the 90th minute when the roadrunner Van der Ven broke free. Pull your hammy, bring him down. Oh no. Don't lose the ball. Don't lose the ball. He's breaking away. Do messy things. Do messy things. Do messy things. So a huge win to start the season. Could we keep the momentum going? The Merseyside clubs are up next and they were left in the dust as more Messi magic sent Liverpool packing before Eusebio smashed home a winning penalty at Everton. We then made it 3 from 3 against the Big Six as Neymar got off the mark in a 2-0 win over a Chelsea team sitting rock bottom of the Premier League.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
It was actually their West London rivals Brentford sitting at the top. But by the time we welcomed City to the draft stadium, it was a top-of-the-table clash. Eusebio versus Haaland was a mouth-watering head-to-head. And they didn't disappoint as our very own Portuguese man of war broke the deadlock before Erling Haaland capitalised on a Donnarumma mistake.
And I am sick to death of this goalkeeper. I would be fighting him at half-time. There's no getting away from that.
A stroke of luck then saw us retake the lead as Eusebio scuffed a shot into a Kanji for 2-1. Eusebio! That's a goal! Get in! We then finished it late on as our very own Norwegian hero headed home. Risa! Oh, please be onside. It's not the thunderbolt off the left foot, but it's a thunderbolt off his ginger head. Hadouken! So now 4 from 4 against the so-called Big Six. Surely the league would eventually be ours. Or maybe not, as our unbeaten run came to a sudden end at Old Trafford.
You cannot be serious!
The loss, though, lit a fire under our draftees, as the boys stepped up and showed out to go unbeaten in the next 13 games. Yaya was starting to chip in with screamers, Neymar was turning back the clock, and Kvaratskhelia was quickly becoming the greatest super sub in Premier League history.
Couldn't care less.
But it was our 2 goats stealing the show, as Messi and Eusebio treated the Prem like a walk in the park, scoring at will. The form meant our team cohesion worries were a thing of the past. Things were looking good, surely nothing could go wrong, but they did. Imagine my frustration when Arsenal rocked up to our very own home in the last game of the year to beat us 3-1 thanks to some of the most suspect play you'll ever see. What?
I would be swinging punches at that guy.
It means we entered January top of the league by 4 points, but toppling City's Cyborg was proving a tricky challenge for Eusebio and co. And the lead would be down to just 1 after a single game in Jan, as Liverpool's Alexis McAllister scored the second to turn our unbeaten run into a run of 0 wins from 3 games. The team is falling apart. Probably not the best then that we would have to go and play Slotsmen twice more in January, as we look to reach the Carabao Cup final. At least the first leg was at home, and Neymar took full advantage, scoring a corker early on. But our mood soured quickly in the second half, as Pedro Porro went and got himself sent off like a right plonker. Fearing the worst, I threw on pure pace out wide to catch them on the counter. And it worked, as Diaby needed 2 efforts to finally score and give us a 2-goal lead in the tie. The second leg, quite frankly, was bonkers. Inside 30 minutes, Liverpool hadn't just levelled the tie, they led it 3-2.
How much more can you stink?
And it stayed that way until the 80th minute, when we shoved our maestro up top and prayed. Messi, you stick him up top, he gets you back into games. Unfortunately, that would end up being his last action of the damn game. Well, that's the game over. So extra time it was, and it just got crazier from there. First, Toure managed to smash home a rebound. De Jong is in the... We were then thanking our lucky stars when Kavar was handed the chance to kill the tie from the spot. Kavar, why is he taking it? Oh no!
I mean, my God!
Of course he bloody missed. And of course Andy Robertson would then go home to smash home an equaliser to take the game to penalties. But McAllister fluffed the first and Diaby banged the last. Get in! Somehow, some way, we were into the final. But what about that injury to Messi? So with Liverpool finally in the rear view, it was time to refocus on the league before our clash with Arsenal at Wembley. And the boys locked in as we went unbeaten, including a massive 2-1 win at City thanks to none other than the bagsman himself, Eusebio. Isak could put Liverpool to the sword as well, meaning we were now 5 clear, having played 1 more. With Isak's hat-trick having him now 3 ahead of Eusebio in that golden boot race. Can't all be rosy, can it? But it was now time for our trip to Wembley and a chance at revenge on the Gooners after our humbling in December. No Eusebio due to suspension, but Messi was back. No Eusebio, no problem early doors, as Neymar picked the ball up just inside the box. Neymar, onside. Onside! To be honest, Arsenal had no answer until deep into the second half when Arteta got up to his usual tricks. Oh, Arsenal and set pieces, bro! And as extra time loomed, the football manager gods intervened to break my heart.
He told that at the same time he could see the action in the box and my behavior on the touchline.
That's just not a penalty. They're not even showing it. That is not a penalty.
I am flabbergasted.
So no early trophy for us this time. How would our draftees respond? Absolutely magnificently. Going unbeaten as Eusebio made up for his final suspension by firing in goals left, right and centre. We even got ourselves to an FA Cup final via the luckiest draw you'll ever see. It meant with 1 game of the Prem left, we sat 2 points clear, knowing just a point would clinch the title. But you'll never guess who our final day opponents were. And what about the FA Cup final, I hear you ask? Learning from past mistakes though, we switched it up for our trip to the Emirates, dropping the defensive line with the aim of catching them cold on the counter. Top scorer Eusebio would be available for both games this time as well. Could he be the key to finally taking down the Gooners and securing our trophy challenge? 23 minutes in, and our plan worked, as Arsenal's shithouse Gabriel found himself in no man's land.
Thank you.
Get in! The remainder of the game was Arsenal hitting us with everything but the kitchen sink. Could we hold on? Don't concede a dumb goal. Don't concede a dumb goal. Oh no. That's off. That was offside, bro. Offside. Get in. Oh, unreal scenes as our defensive masterclass and some strokes of luck clinch us the Premier League because we're just too sweet. But would we be so lucky in our rematch for the FA Cup? We kept the defensive shape, but Porro and Thuram dropped to the bench after knocks in the league game. But a final is a final, and this one was particularly special. Neymar was causing havoc down the left in the first half, leading to the opener. Pemre! It doesn't matter! Get in! Oh, don't you just love seeing Arsenal suffer? 1-0 at half-time, but just 6 minutes into the second, and Arsenal were level. The counter system was starting to fail, and fail miserably, eventually collapsing entirely on us. And then let Kai Havertz score. Like, what is that? What am I watching there? Arteta had seemingly figured us out, so we threw on our super sub Kavar, as well as our injured Pedro Porro, and went for it. I've thrown them all on. I've gone for it. Kavar! The super sub of all super subs. Extra time it was, and apart from a few scares, the game completely fizzled out, meaning our destiny would be decided by none other than penalties. Marcus Edwards. They've signed Marcus Edwards, ex-Spurs man. I hope you miss. But he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Another former Spurs man who's injured as well. Gianluigi Donnarumma against Kai Havertz. Don't do it to me. He saved it! Get in! I'm not confident about anyone now. Oh, but he puts it top bins. Oh, he's in off the crossbar. Oh, thank God, Neto. Donnarumma, mate. Against Marino. Intimidate him. Intimidate him. Mañana, mañana, mañana. Too sweet. What a win that is, boys. What a way to finish the season. But of course, we still need either the Golden Boot or Player of the Season to ensure the season was a proper success. Did Eusebio manage to outscore Haaland and Isak? And of course, Eusebio won the Golden Boot, our very own Portuguese man of war. He beat Alexander Isak in the end by 2 goals. Thank God Eusebio did win the Golden Boot, because it looks like Saka is going to win the Player of the Season, although Messi is so close. Now that we know Eusebio has won the Golden Boot, challenge-wise, we've won the league, we've won a cup, and we've had a draftee win either the Golden Boot or Player of the Season, which means all 3 challenges are completed. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't done so already, smash that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to never miss another one. I'm going to leave on the screen right now the Serie A one that I did in our last draft challenge. But yeah, there you have it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day, and I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.